Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Retro Spider-Man card back blister pack figure of the Prowler. This is a Walmart exclusive. It was part of the last Walmart Collector Con that we got. It should be in stock right now through Walmart. It's funny, I placed another order as soon as they became in stock, and I got this one, but my pre-order one never shipped. But on the Captain America Secret Empire, my pre-order and the new order had shipped at the same time. Just kind of crazy. But I did get my Prowler set. This is my nice card back one that looks pretty good. I have a whole other one that came in a little damaged that I will actually be doing in the review, and I just realized that I have this one here and not the other one, so when we cut to the next scene, it will be the other one. But anyway, here we have the Prowler figure. This one is reminiscent of the Spider-Man animated series. So while we have the retro card back to the Toy Biz line for the Spider-Man animated series, we actually do have a figure that is going to be animated series related. There have been some in the past. Black Cat was one. The cel-shaded Spider-Man, of course, was another one. The Venom cel-shaded figure was another one. And there's been a few, and I'm going to have a hard time remembering which ones exactly would be animated series-based. I think you can make the argument that Shocker would be symbiote Spider-Man. You could make the argument, of course, either way, I guess. But anyway, this one is going to be definitely animated series. We have had a Prowler figure before. We have this one here. I could not tell you which wave this figure had come from. I don't know if it was the Sandman Build-A-Figure. I feel like it wouldn't have been the Sandman Build-A-Figure. It was probably... Was it Lizard? SPDR? There are so many Legends figures throughout the year that I truly just don't remember a lot of them, which is crazy, right? Like, damn, I should be able to remember them. But we have them here. Obviously, you could see they're very similar in design, obviously comic-based, and then we have the animated series-based. There are differences between the two. First, we have a Hobie Brown unmasked head sculpt on there, which is nice. The cape is in fact a different cape. This figure here is pinless, and I think the body itself is not actually the same. I was thinking the torso was going to be the same. I'm thinking this torso might be the same one from the Baron von Strucker figure, which was a very surprisingly good figure in that what was the Build-A-Figure on that one? It was the snake guy, Puff Adderwave. It was actually one of a surprise figure that I thought was actually one of the better figures in the wave. So really excited about this one. Here on the call out with the artwork there from Harry Moore, it says Pneumatic Knuckles. I guess that's kind of the thing. Here on the back of the package, you look at what the gimmick is. You could have the swappable head, the swappable hands as well. The bio reads, using a super suit from Kingpin, Hobie Brown, or Hobie Brown, depending on how you want to say it, became the powerful criminal Prowler, with the caveat that he worked only for Wilson Fisk. Feeling betrayed, Prowler turned to Spider-Man for help. In the comics, Hobie Brown was actually like wore the Spider-Man suit and everything, like in the all new, all different, Parker Industries. Peter Parker was, always out in the public. So when Spider-Man also needed to appear, it was actually a Hobie Brown that was like in the suit and everything like that. He is in an alternate universe. He is Spider-Punk. So you have that, and then, the Ultimate Universe, Prowler is a different character. It is Aaron Davis, Miles Morales' uncle, different Prowlers, different universes, all that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get Prowler out of the package. Not this one, because this is my nice one. Let's get the bad one to rip up. See, you can just never trust that Walmart shipping, because look, yikes. But the other one I got was good, so I'm happy. Okay, so here is the Prowler figure out of the package, and it's really good. We get an extra set of hands, so we have these nice purple metallic plastic fists. He has got the clawed hands there, and we get the mask head sculpt. It is the same mask head sculpt as the previously released Prowler figure there, so let's go ahead and get in for a closer look at Hobie Brown, the Prowler. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Prowler. This is the masked head. I will swap that out so we can check out the Hobie Brown head sculpt. But this one looks pretty good. The difference between the previous one, besides the colors, we get a light purple, like a lavender color, brighter green, brighter yellow, lime green. It's actually a little bit smaller, and we actually got the shape, and then that shape is then printed on the belt. The torso pieces are different, as you can see here. We get a lot more wrinkles in his suit, but on this new one, we don't. The cape itself is different, as you can see how that collar piece on the previous one was. This cape is also glued down at the shoulder, so you can see it lifts up there, no problem. You kind of see it in the back. It doesn't pour into the back or anything like that. But it is, again, it is glued right at the shoulder. Like you can kind of see the little glue spot there at the shoulder. And one interesting thing that I didn't notice this until now, you can actually see the line where they stopped with some dark paint that's like inside there. As you can see, it's a very light purple on the back of the cape. But then when we look on the inside, it is a dark purple, so we do get some paint in there. You can see the line where they stopped the paint, which is cool. I like the wrinkles in the cape. That is very realistic looking of how it would kind of drape over and kind of hang over on the back. So that's definitely a nice touch there. Some good folds there. It's a very wide cape and looks pretty good. So it's not often that we get paint on the inside, so it's kind of nice to see it there. So looking at the head sculpt, again, it is the same one. The black marks around the eyes are sculpted on there, which is good. The difference is we get this added black there in the front. And I don't know if that was supposed to be like cell shading based on the animated series, or if that's actually like part of the deco that the show was using. I guess it's kind of hard to tell, and I don't know where I put the card back to kind of see the artwork on what it could be. No, I think it's actually part of the design, not necessarily cell shading, but I like the way it looks. There again, I had mentioned the belt. The purple parts, like the belt, the hands, these gauntlet pieces, and the pieces around the boots are done in a purple metallic color, so you can see a little bit of shine to them. It's almost like a translucency to them. You know, when they do the gray, I always talk about how I hate the way it looks because it looks very cheap. The purple is similar to that. But because there's color, it doesn't look as bad. So you can see there we have the claw hands. And then we also get these fists. I'd really have to dig in deep to see where these fists had come from, because they're not just standard fists. They look like an armored figure fist there. You can see around like the back of the hand. I don't know who's used these. I don't know if maybe Moon Knight had used them. I'm not really sure, but we have those fists there, and those are the accessories that Prowler comes with. So swapping out the head's easy. If you just pull it all the way back, it's easy to kind of take that off. And then here we have the Hobie Brown head sculpt there that we could pop right on, and that looks really good there. The digital print came out nice. All around, I really like the way it looks. Okay, so now we're going to get into the articulation for Hobie Brown. He can look all the way up, which is great. He can look all the way down. The head is on a disc hinge, so you could really get that good motion in there. We have a little bit of pivot, tiny bit. The arm, you can get the arm to go straight on out like so. You can do a full rotation. Just keep in mind of the cape, and that actually makes it quite difficult. If you really work it, I'm sure that you could. We got an upper bicep swivel in there, double jointed pinless elbow, so you get that much bend there at the elbow. We got the wrists that swivel and standard hinge on the clawed hands, and as well as the fists. Yes, standard horizontal hinge on the fist as well. We have the ab crunch on the Prowler, so you can crunch forward that much. That is pretty good. You can go back quite a bit. That design continues on, which is nice. But when you have the cape, it just folds right back into the cape, so it's difficult getting to go back. We've got the waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart. That is not real far. So I wish it had a little bit more range of motion. He can kick forward very high though, which is good. The leg really doesn't go back. You got an upper thigh cut in there, double jointed pinless knee, so you actually get that much bend, whereas most of the knees you would get a little bit more bend, but with this one, the kind of the curvature of the curves, the folds in the pant leg just kind of hit up against each other, so where you can't really get that foot to go back any more than that, unfortunately. We do have a boot swivel in there. It's a little bit tricky, but it is in there. You've got to break it in a little bit. Foot hinges all the way down. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. These pieces right here are floating pieces. I don't know if I ever realized that with the previous Prowler figure, but those are just floating pieces that you can move around. They just kind of stick onto the leg there when you kind of move it up. But there is Hobie Brown, the Prowler. Okay, so here we have our two Prowler figures, so you can really see side by side the differences between the two. A light purple with the new animated series version, a brighter green. The yellowish green looks more lime compared to yellow on the previous one, and then some black accents there on the front of the mask. I love the way this Prowler looks. I know, you know, if you have this Prowler, why do you need this one? You really don't, unless you need the Hobie Brown head sculpt, which I think, you know, is a nice touch to have, of course. But you probably don't need the Prowler. The reason why I truly love this figure is I loved the Spider-Man animated series. I love the show. It's what got me into Marvel and everything like that. I had so many of the action figures from that original Toy Biz line. Prowler, believe it or not, was one of my favorite figures. So to now have this figure, you know, the adult collector version of it now, just brings me a whole lot of joy and nostalgia for that time when, you know, this amazing cartoon that I absolutely loved and had all these cool toys and action figures for. I have my adult version of that Prowler now in my hand, so that's why I absolutely love it. You guys let me know down in the comments below if that nostalgia factor hits you like it hits me. And of course, for a side-by-side comparison here, we have the retro animated series Spider-Man cel-shaded that was also exclusive to Walmart of all damn places. Here, this Spider-Man is an awesome figure, but I think, you know, a bigger size, the Renew Your Vow Spider-Man, I would have liked as they would have been closer in height together. But here we have Spider-Man and the Prowler. That is my review for Prowler. You guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this Prowler figure? Again, is it that nostalgia factor for you? It is for me. I absolutely love it. The colors scream that old Toy Biz figure that I used to play with and love all the time. I'm super happy that we get the Hobie Brown head sculpt, so I'm actually going to keep it like this in my display. So he has the Hobie Brown head sculpt on there. So I'm really happy they got it. And it's a retro card. I got two. One is going to go on my wall, and I have the second one to open review for you guys and keep it in the display. So you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Again, it should be in stock. Link in the video description below. Hopefully you can get it if you are interested. If you've pre-ordered, let me know if your pre-order had ever shipped, because my new order is the one that shipped, not my pre-order. I was able to cancel that. So let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that bell notification. That way you get a notification for every time one of my movies go live. I seem to be having a few more Marvel Legends here and there popping up. I do have that Captain America Secret Empire. I do have the Sam Wilson Captain America Target exclusive that is on the way from Hong Kong, not from Target. So a few Marvel Legends in there. Stay tuned for another Valaverse Action Force review figure. That's probably going to be before the Captain America one. So, you know, have that notification bell rung so you can get those notifications. But anyway, thank you guys for watching.